Welcome back to Odds of War. I'm Matt.
And I'm Rico.
And today we're talking lists. So this video is part of a multi-video series that's going to be a Warhammer 40K and Kill Team parallel battle. Because it's so much content, so much interlocking pieces, we're going to be presenting them in a couple different series of videos. So you should be watching this video on a Wednesday if you're watching it the day it released, and the battles will release the subsequent Friday.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, okay. So 2 days later. So that's just so that way nice. For those of you who are interested in hearing us talk lists and stuff like that, this video is for you. And if you are not into that at all and you just do not care about what we think about the game, then you can just wait till Friday to see the game. So there you go.
I wouldn't blame you. The battles are just as cool. It's fun.
Yeah. I mean, both are good, right? Multiple aspects to the hobby. But today we're talking about lists.
Yes.
So we're starting off here with the Orks.
So many Orks.
The Green Tide.
Green and yellow.
Green and yellow, really the bad moons have come out. There's a bad moon rising, boys. Also, we have our windows open because it's a beautiful
gorgeous day.
So if there's a little outside sound of wind or perhaps some birds.
Or joggers.
Anyway, on to the lists. Today, the Black Claw Bad Moons make their appearance once again. I'm actually really excited for this because I was thinking about it while I was pulling all the models off the shelf.
Yeah.
I haven't played a legitimate game of Warhammer 40K probably in a few months now.
Yeah, it's been a long time for both of us.
Yeah. So the last time I played the Orks in 40K was at the end of January at the Las Vegas Open.
Oh, yeah.
And then I played literally one game of 40K with my Thousand Sons force, a 500-point game, like somewhere in February, and then that's it. That's it. So I haven't played 40K in a while. So I'm busting out some things I'm excited to play. And then I haven't played the Orks in Kill Team in quite some time because I've been shuffling through the other armies I have. So I'm really excited about
new
this.
Rules.
Yes.
Give you that, new
rules. So we're
rules.
using the Saga, the Beast rules for the Orks today. We're doing some fun things. I'm not doing them all because if I were to go like, I want to use this and this and this and this, it would be too much. I'd create a list that just didn't make any sense. But so we've done a pretty focused list here today. It's a battalion and an air wing.
Okay.
Everything is bad moons. So everything can affect one another, can provide their aura buffs to each other and stuff like that. So we'll go over the air wing first. We've got a Daka jet. Okay. It's got the 6 Super Shootas.
Yes.
All right.
Indeed,
so that's pretty simple there. We've got the Burnabama.
Okay.
He's got the twin big shooters. I'm sorry, the grot fired twin big shooters, which are up here. There's a little grot in the gunner's cockpit. The orc fired 2 super shooters. Then he's got the Scorcher missiles. I've paid for that upgrade. So I won't be looking to just blow him up on the first turn.
I was going to say, because that scares me more now because you can drop bombs and then do the flying Ed-Butt.
Yes. Yeah. So he's got the 2 burner bombs. And then, of course, there's the flying Ed-Butt stratagem, which is really fun. So I could just make him auto-explode. So, but that also works for the other 2 planes. So you have to, you have to, if you don't want a turn 2 auto-exploding plane on something, you have to kill all 3 of them in one turn, which...
Oh, good. Oh, okay.
That's
manageable. That's
fine.
Of course. Yeah, that's totally cool.
And then I've got the Wazbomb Blastajet, which is the first plane I ever got. So I'm always excited to put this guy on the field. He's got the 2 Wazbomb Mega Cannons.
Yeah.
He's got the Mech Brain Enhanced Weapon Sights Smash-A-Gun. He's got 2 Super Shooters on the back end here. And then he's got a custom force field.
Okay.
So he's going to be providing a 5-up invuln.
My only protection from that flying Ed-Butt is the fact you need it for at least a decent invuln for somewhere else.
For now. So that's the thing is, I'll tell you spoilers now.
Yeah.
I'm not planning on blowing any of the planes up turn 1.
That's heresy.
But if you fail to kill them all.
When I inevitably fail because I have no anti-air shooting.
Well, we'll see what happens.
I'm fine with it. It's fine. I think it's hilarious.
Yeah, I'll run them, somewhere and blow them up. Or, I might get sloppy with my positioning and they just fly off the table, which happens sometimes because I don't play all the flyers all the time.
Planes are weird. Like flyers are really weird to get all the right movement and the angles, because that's usually what gets me is the 90-degree turn and then the movement. Because unless you think 2 or 3 turns ahead, it's gonna fly off the board.
Yeah. And that's what I usually will play, like one plane.
Yeah, same.
But I usually don't play all 3 together.
It's a lot to manage.
Just for that exact reason. You start having to really think about what you're doing. But so that's the air wing.
Right. Then do they all start as one squadron or separate?
They're all separate. That's how it's an air wing detachment, because it's 3 flyer battlefield roles, so it's 3 separate ones. Okay. So then we have a battalion.
Yes, we do.
Just a battalion.
Yes.
So for those of you who know 40K Orks, I'm very CP light. Very light on the CP. I won't have much, especially because I'm spending a good amount of pre-game stratagem. So for the battalion, starting off for HQs, we've got Warboss Grimguts the Titan Slayer. He's the Warboss in Mega Armor, which is now a Legends choice. So
that's such a shame.
Yeah,
that's so weird.
Well, it's the whole don't have an official model thing, but there you have it. He is a Warboss in Mega Armor. I'm spending the new stratagem from Saga of the Beast for the biggest boss.
He is indeed the biggest boss.
He is the biggest boss. So that gives him +1 to his wounds characteristic. So he's got 8 wounds now, which is nice. It gives him +1 to his attacks. So he's got 5 attacks now. And then it gives him
4-up invul, right?
A 4-up invul, yeah. That's what it is, yeah. So he's in Mega Armor, so it gives him a 2-up armor and a 4-up invul, which is really nice.
So disgusting.
So, and then he's going to be carrying the relic. I was going to do the Gobshot Blunderbuss, but then I realized that with just the regular Klaw, he's still hitting on 3s.
Yeah.
So I'm giving him to Killa Klaw.
As you should. I mean,
it's fine. You have to. We'll do the Gobshot Blunderbuss another day.
Yeah, there aren't too many auto includes for Orks. That's definitely one.
That's yeah. And I'm giving him Brutal but Kunnin. Okay. So that's the so he's going to be re-rolling hits when he fights. He's going to be re-rolling wounds because of the Killa Klaw. He's going to be 5 attacks. So 5 attacks, hitting on 2s, re-rolling 1s. And then wounds, he's going to be strength 12.
So he's very good, is what you're telling me.
Yeah,
he's very,
so
very
he's wounding
good.
most of your things on 2s, re-rolling 1s, or 3s, re-rolling 1s minimum.
I really love what they did with Saga of the Beast.
Yeah,
I really love it.
And then the Killa Klaw is a flat damage 3, but brutal but cunning makes it flat damage 4.
Okay.
So he's just a beef stick, and then he's got a Kombi-Rokkit as well, so he can pop out a little rocket shot every. You'll see he's got all 3 options here,
just in case.
And so the flamer portion is offline today. It's out of fuel.
There's no fuel.
All the fuel had to go to the vehicles, so he's got no fuel in there. But he's got the rockets.
That one unlucky grot siphoned it out while he was asleep, and now he is
paid for it. Paid for it. For the other HQ, we've got Weirdboy. And he is going to be, I'm spinning another stratagem, Warphead. So he's going to have a 2nd psychic power and can cast 2 per turn. So his 2 psychic powers are going to be the new from Saga of the Beast, Gleamin gear. Okay. So that is I add 1 to my saving throws. So I can put that on any Bad Moon's unit. So +1 to the saving throws, which is nice. So it doesn't make their save better. It just modifies the die roll, which is important because I have a couple Mega Armor units. Yeah. So they don't technically get a 1-up save, but they get a 2-up save that I add 1 to that roll.
Gotcha.
So -1 AP on one of them with Gleamin gear will still be a 2-up save.
So any 1s would just be a 2 technically on the dice.
Well, but a natural 1 still fails.
Yeah, that's true.
So yeah, and then the other psychic power he has is the Krunch, which is not normally something you see. Certainly not against Chaos Space Marines, but that ties into what you're bringing today. It's a very, which when we get to your list, you guys will see. You guys will see why. Basically, the Crunch is you select an enemy unit with an 18, I think, and you roll a die for each member of the unit, and on a 6, it does a mortal wound. then you roll 2d6, and if you get a 10 or higher, you get to do it again, which is really nice. So it's going to help me mitigate, because you actually have somewhat of a little horde yourself.
I do.
Yeah.
I really enjoy hordes.
Yeah.
As you will soon see.
Yeah. So that's him. For the troops selection, we've got 3 units of 30 boys. It's the classic. It's the Green Tide. 2 of the units are boys with Sluggas and Choppas, and each boss knob has a Power Claw and a Slugga.
Okay.
And then, of course, Tankbusta bombs are scattered in there. And then the third unit of boys is a unit of Shoota boys with a boss knob with a custom Shoota and Power Claw.
Okay.
So there you go. That's boys. You know,
Pretty
it's
standard.
it's very standard for orcs.
Yeah.
For elites, I've got a unit of 8 mega knobs. 2 of them have kill saws. Double kill saws, and then the other 6 of them have custom Shootas and Power Claws. They're the Warboss Grimguts. They're his personal retinue.
Okay.
They're his like bully boys, you know.
Nice.
So they'll be hanging out with him. In my heavy support slot, the Battle Wagon.
Beautiful.
Now the Battle Wagon, I've spent a lot of points on him. Okay, so it's a Battle Wagon.
Big old point sink.
Yep, he's got the closed top. He's got the hard case.
Okay.
The odd case.
The odd case.
Odd case. So he's T8.
Okay.
He's 16 wounds. He's got a 4-up save, but I'm spending another pregame stratagem for Fortress, the custom job Fortress. So now it makes him a 3-up save, and he has his own personal 5-up invuln.
That's really good.
Yeah. Which
really
then,
good.
with Gleamin gear, can become a 2-up save.
So it's just a giant rolling Terminator.
Yes, basically, yeah. At T8. A T8 Terminator.
Perfect.
Yeah. And so because of that, because he is going to be so durable, I gave him 3 big Shootas.
Okay.
I gave him a Def Rolla, that's my little
Def Cruncher?
my custom kit bashed Def Rolla there, and he's also got a Zap gun on there, which is like a mini super shock attack gun. Basically, it's a heavy 36-inch range. The strength is variable, but if you roll an 11 or higher for the strength, then it does mortal wounds instead of regular wounds, and it's like AP -3 and 3 damage. But if it, like I said, if you do 11 or higher, it just does 3 mortal wounds. So it could be really great if you roll that 11 strength and then like shoot, I don't know, anything.
Yeah, this is all adding up to a very deadly package.
Yeah. So I mean, you know, he's going to be a high priority target because he's carrying the Mega Knobs and the Warboss to the front lines.
Just the nastiest thing.
But T8, 2-up save,
yeah,
5-up invuln, and I mean, you know, 16 wounds, I think. So it's like
16, 3 big Shootas.
Yeah, and if you're focusing everything on him,
I'm missing
it means
the air
you're
wing.
not focusing the air wing or my 2 fast attack slots, which are the Shock Jump Dragsta.
Okay.
So nice anti-tank firepower from him. And then what I'm so excited for, because I've only got to play him once, the Rucka Truck Squig Buggy.
Is that a squig under the truck on its own little base?
Yes, so that's a little squig on a base here. Let's see. Awesome. There you go. Because he can drop a squig mine.
Oh, cool.
So during his movements, I can drop a squig mine. I dropped it.
Just like that.
Just like that. You can drop a squig mine, and then any unit, friend or foe, that comes within 3 inches of it takes a variable number of mortal wounds.
I love it.
So he could drop it, for example, on an objective and just be like, yeah, I'm going to peace out now.
That's, like, how long does it last for?
The whole game.
Oh, okay.
And it doesn't count, the mine does not count as a model or anything like that.
So I can't target it.
Yeah, you can't target it. The only thing you can do is walk up to it. Or not, or just stay away. So it's a nice little zoning tool.
I wish I had more cultists to throw out that kind of stuff. I really wish I did.
Well, I'm excited because the Rucka Truck Squig Buggy here, every gun it has is 36-inch range, so it can stay back. And it has variable profiles, so it can be anti-infantry if I need it to be. It can be anti-vehicle if I need it to be. It's very flexible. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, I'm noticing all the little details. I'm noticing the squig inside the gun and the smaller grot on the orc shoulder, cheering him on.
Yes, there's a ton of detail in that model. It's so fun.
I love it.
It was definitely one of my favorite projects recently.
I need to get one. I really need to get one.
Yeah. So that is the 40K list. While the Black Claw Bad Moons are going forward and fighting,
just crumping everything,
while they're fighting the Iron Warriors. Kill team the Sneaky Gits. They're going to be off trying to sabotage a Promethean refinery. So my kill team list is starting off with the leader, of course, as always, the Lucky Blue Git.
This is the day I will kill him. This is it. This has to be it. This has to be the day.
I highly doubt it. I'll make sure that the Lucky Blue Git survives.
Very, very back of the board.
But as always, he's really more of a figurehead than anything. He's more of a mascot, if you will. But he's the leader.
Okay.
Then we've got for a combat specialist a boss knob from the Commandos unit. Then a Demolitions Burner Boy, a Ludaspana, which is a comms specialist. Okay. So he's going to be helping me shoot. Of course, Bad Moons as well, keeping with the fluff. Then for non-specialists, we've got 2 regular Burner Boys. We got the helmet. They're the Bash Bros right there with the helmets. We've got 2 regular Commandos. We've got a Knob from the Elites supplement. So he's got a 4-up save. And he's just got a big Choppa and a Slugga. Then a Gretchen, because we'll need it for points. And then now these guys, they look like Commandos. They're painted in the same style as Commandos, but they're not Commandos. They're just Ork Boy gunners with big Shootas.
Okay.
And now the reason they're painted like that is because they actually match with my other Commandos here to make a squad of Commandos for 40K.
Gotcha. But they're just trying to be sneaky.
They're sneaky, but they don't have the commando rules for kill team with them. They're just painted that way for fluff.
So these are actually cloaked. They're just painted that way.
Yeah, they're just painted that way. Well, you see, once they start firing,
it really takes away the mystique.
They go, oh, there they are. Yeah.
Is that an orc over there?
Yeah. So that's the Orks, both
cool.
both 40K and kill team. Any thoughts? Any questions?
It's a lot of green, man. It's a lot of green.
A lot of green and yellow.
I've got a lot of silver, so hopefully I can at least withstand the onslaught. Yes. That's all this is going to be.
Yeah, it is going to be. We'll talk about the mission once we go over your list.
Exactly.
But I think our lists are going to be fairly balanced. Oh yeah, so I'm starting off. So a Battalion 5 plus 3 for Battleforged 8 plus 1 for Airwing 9. But then I'm spending 1, 2, 3 command points at the beginning of the game or pre-game for biggest boss Warphead and custom job. So that brings me down to 6. So I'm starting with 6 command points for 40K.
This is going to be interesting because we're both CP hungry armies and we're starting
real low. We're real low. So you only have a few tricks. It's going to be a pretty straightforward game.
Really interesting.
Yeah. I do think Orks to be real. This is not in any way, shape, or form like a high level competitive list.
No, this is not.
No. To be competitive, it's minimum double battalion, maybe even triple battalion, or just don't bother.
Yeah.
Yeah,
this is not going to be the game you want to look for if you want to get the next LVO winning list. This isn't it.
Yeah. I mean, there could be some surprising tricks in here.
It's very good, but it's first and foremost narrative.
Yeah,
first and foremost,
absolutely.
Theme, narrative.
Yeah.
So
theme and narrative are taking front seat here.
Yeah, I'm very concerned about the air wing, obviously. The whole army as a whole, obviously, but also the just the 3 bombs you have, because you have 3 big bombs. That's the air wing, that's the battle wagon full of stuff, and then you have
just
the boys.
Boys.
Just that.
Yeah, but I mean, it's oddly enough, the boys are my backfield.
Yeah,
but it's actually I'm going to really enjoy it. I play a lot of orc armies that have some sort of backfield presence, whether it's Ludas in the back or mech guns in the back that need to be protected. But here,
whatever.
There's nothing.
That's fine.
There's nothing.
Also,
I have nothing to protect.
You didn't bring the jump.
Yeah, right? I didn't bring the jump, but that's because I have the air wing and the vehicles. I figure these guys don't need to jump up when I have so much pressure in the front anyway, and then just let these guys hoof it up the field.
It's going to be a very interesting list. It's going to be a lot of board control.
Yeah.
Because you'll be controlling almost every aspect, surely because of the speed. and like just the mix of pace you have. You have the fastest, the second fastest, and then the least fast. And so if it's based on that, it's going to be a lot. Like it's going to be. I think it's going to be like an uphill battle. I really do think that.
Yeah. Well, I think it'll be interesting because I do have some solid AP options.
You do
at range between the Wazbomb and the Shock Jump Dragsta. But after those two, which are basically AP3, the Zap Gun here is AP3. After that, nothing is more than AP1.
Yeah.
At range.
Right.
Well, I guess maybe the Rocket Truck has a better AP gun from one of his variable profiles, but you are bringing Chaos Space Marines.
I am.
So it's 3-up saves.
With
You
a lot
can
of
get
Marines,
in cover, you know, with a lot of wounds.
Yeah.
But
Plus,
I do have some mortal wounds. So it'll be an interesting.
It's a good trade-off since I'm more deadly at range, but I'm
going to be able to close.
There's
and
significantly
I need to close.
more melee threat, and the worst part is there's like 2 big walls I have to get through. But not even counting the vehicles.
Yeah, and that's going to be my big thing is that I'm going to have to work to not overextend.
Yeah,
you know,
that's definitely
because if I do overextend and I just get strung out, then you just clean me up piece by piece and then it's done.
So,
but all of this could get mitigated by the results of the Kill Team game because there is a bonus for winning the Kill Team game, which we'll talk about when we get to the mission. So let's talk your list. That's coming up next. So the Iron Warriors cometh.
That's right. The 67th Grand Battalion has come. So obviously this is not your traditional Chaos Space Marine looking list.
Or they're looking
a little old-fashioned. I built this army purely for Heresy. That's why it's still in progress because I'm just trying to run through it all. And current events have not helped. But
sure,
so I'm just trying to get through it all, and you can see some are based, and those are the ones I use in Kill Team. So if you've seen those, there you go. Others I'm still going through, but yeah, this is the full list that I have. Running, it's pretty straightforward. What you see is what you get. 3 big maxed out squads of 20 Space Marines.
So it's a single battalion.
1 battalion, 1 and done. That's all you need. For the Lord of Iron, Perturabo, it's it.
Sure,
it's very efficient.
Yes, and 3. You said 3
maxed out
squads of
Space
Marines.
Nobody brings those.
Yeah. I was going to say now you see why my Ork list was not super optimized because this is not optimized for 8th edition.
Let's start from the HQs and work our way down.
Okay.
So we have our Chaos Lord and Terminator armor. We have Falcus Gorn.
This guy?
That's right. Falcus Gorn, the Warsmith of the 67th Grand Battalion. With he just has a power axe because there's no like spear substitute, and I don't want to use the murder sword because it's not very good.
Okay,
it's really I don't like it very much. He has a combi bolter, which is wrist mounted, and he's just in Terminator armor, so he has a 2-up and a 5-up. Okay, that's really it. He has the relic Insidium.
Okay, so, what does that do?
Insidium, he's like mostly demon, I guess. I'm not really up on the current lore for Iron Warriors.
Oh, is it like a demon weapon?
It's not a demon weapon. It's like he's been modified so much with like technology and like demon goop, I guess. Okay. And now he gets the demon keyword, so I guess now he's a demon.
Okay.
He has +1 strength, +1 toughness, and +1 to wound.
Oh, okay. So it's kind of like the biggest boss, but
a little bit.
For chaos.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now he's strength 5, toughness 5.
Okay.
7 wounds.
All right.
Cool. Yeah.
All right. To kill a Klaw, we'll still rip through that.
It's going to do its best, but there's a lot of other stuff he has to rip through first.
Of course, yeah.
His Warlord trait is cold and bitter, so everything within 6 inches just auto passes him around.
Yes, which is nice for your big max squads of Space Marines.
Exactly. Following up is just another standard Chaos Lord, stock standard power armor with the Sigil of Corruption, chainsword, bolt pistol.
Okay.
It's just for the rerolling ones and the buff, and then I've got Demon Prince, who is still very much work in progress, but that's the Iron Circle Damatar model from Forge World. And that'll be my Demon Prince. He has Mark of Slanesh and some other fun things on there. He has Warp Time as a psychic power. He has a Warp Bolter and a Demonic Axe. Or a hammer in this case.
No wings.
No wings. There's no wings modeled, so he doesn't have wings.
I love it. I love it when things are WYSIWYG like that.
As much as I can, I try to WYSIWYG, Next up, I've got, again, the troops, right? So I have 3 big max out squads. Within each squad is plasma guns. So 2 squads have 2 plasma guns, this one, and this one only has 1 plasma gun. Due to points.
Hey, as long as you can keep it straight.
Each squad, the sergeant has a different weapon. So this squad has a power axe, this squad has a power fist, and this squad has a power sword.
Okay, yeah. So I see the sword here, so that's easy. And then the power fist. I see him. Yep, with the fist. Okay, axe. And then axe. Yeah, gotcha. Well, there you go.
Hey,
nice and easy.
Pretty quick and cool. Quick and dirty. I like it.
And then now, so 2 plasma, 1 plasma.
2 plasma. Yeah, exactly.
And then everyone else is what? Just normal bolters.
Standard bolters.
Standard bolters. Hey, that's all you need against boys like that.
That's it, man. And then they have the hateful assault and the hateful volley.
Yes. So they'll get an extra attack when they charge. Were charged.
Or do heroic
intervene. And then so if they stand still. They get their rapid fire.
Right. Or if you're in half range.
Or if you're in half range. Yep. Very nice. Okay.
That's about it. And then I've got Unit of Chaos Terminators.
That's these guys here.
Yep. Leader has a chain fist, got a power maul in there, and then 3 power fists with all have combi bolters.
Yep. And then now because they're Terminators, their hateful volleys is always active.
Yeah.
So they just always get 4 shots.
That's pretty sick. That's pretty awesome. I like that.
Yeah, so it's 5 of them, 4 shots piece. So that unit is always pumping out 20 shots.
20 shots. And they can deep strike, so I can put that anywhere I really want to.
Yes.
You've got the Marcus Slanesh on them. And I didn't.
They have Marcus Slanesh.
They do have Marcus Slanesh.
So they can endless cacophony.
Yes, they can. Yes. And
so
speaking of all that,
shots, so they just
enjoy the sound, boys. Da, 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 da. And to go on with that, the whole theme of just shooting way too much, we've got 2 units of Obliterators.
Okay, and that's 3 here
and
2 over here. Now, these guys are not actual Obliterator models. These are, again, Heresy models. Yes. What are these actually?
These are the Tyrant Siege Terminators.
Okay, and so that's what happened with your force, because this is a Heresy era force. So these Tyrant Siege Terminators, with their missile racks, eventually they started
all
morphing
get the technovirus, and they just morph into that.
Yes,
so that's what happens.
I love it. I love it.
You know, they're on their way to Terra, and suddenly they're just here, and now they're fighting Orks. So that's fine. They're used to that. Also, great Crusade stuff. It's cool.
Very cool.
And then to round out my heavy support, I've got a Hellforged Leviathan.
Yes.
With a Butcher Cannon, a Siege Claw, and 2 Heavy Flamers. I believe that's
okay. Now, what does the Butcher Cannon do?
Butcher Cannon.
I'm so pretty unfamiliar with that, actually.
I'm glad you asked. The Butcher Cannon, what that does is it's heavy 8, 36-inch range.
Heavy 8?
Heavy 8, -1, 2 damage apiece.
Right. What's the strength?
Strength 8. It's brutal. It's real brutal. It's real bad. And then if a unit has any model slain by this weapon in the shooting phase, the unit subtracts 2 from its leadership for the rest of the turn. And it's not cumulative. So it's for the turn I shoot at you, you lose 2 on your leadership. That's it.
Okay.
Then he has the Siege Claw, which is ×2 strength.
Yeah, it's big scary 3. Claw. Yeah.
Big O. And he rerolls all failed wounds against infantry only.
That's going to be really... I actually either need to kill him before him and the Meganobs meet, or I need to get the charge on him, but not be charged by him, because he could, with that claw and with the rules of the Butcher Cannon and everything,
he could decimate.
He could just ruin that squad, especially because you said he re-rolls against infantry. So he just mulch right through those Meganobs if I'm not careful.
Yeah.
And this is what I was talking about, where it seems like I have the upper hand, but if I overextend and get greedy and get sloppy, you could just clean me right up.
This list is going to encourage very smart play on the Ork side.
Yeah. Well, and on your side too, because you're going to have to keep in mind your aura of the cold and bitter for your Marine squads. You're going to have to screen out him, but then get him in when he needs to be there.
Exactly, and then decide where I want the Obliterators. If I want deep striking, I may not. I don't know.
Yeah.
So we have to see how it all kind of plays out.
Yeah, because deep striking them means they're not coming in until turn 2.
Exactly.
Which gives my planes and everything else 2 turns to run around and do what they want.
It's a very bad thing. I don't like that.
Yeah, but starting them on the board means that I get to be... I could shoot at you before you could get value. So I think it'll have to be... what you want to do with them will depend on whether you have first or second turn, I think.
Yeah,
so
most likely.
Yeah.
Besides that, he's got a Melt-A-Gun on the Claw.
He's got a Melt-A-Gun on the Claw and 2 Heavy Flamers.
Yes. He's
scary.
The 2 Hell Flamers.
2 Hell Flamers, yeah. That's scary. I'm gonna have to keep him in mind. I'm gonna have to watch out for him. Try to take him out early.
He's very nasty. He also gets Hateful Assault and Hateful Volleys.
Oh.
So that's going to be good. He gets 1 extra attack. And he degrades at 8 wounds down. He has 14.
Okay. He has 14 wounds. And he's toughness 8?
Yep, T8, toughness 8, strength 8, 14 wounds, 4 attacks, leadership 8, 2 up save.
2 up save. No invuln?
Let me double check, actually. He has a 5 up invul. And
2 up.
And a 4 up in combat.
So 2 up, 5 up,
Perfect.
4 up in combat. Oof.
So you do not want him anywhere near your Mega
Yeah. Now, question for you. Demon Prince has warp time. What's your thoughts with that? What's your game plan with that?
I mostly use warp time so I can be as flexible as possible. So if, depending on how things kind of end up in the layout of the board, or if I get first turn, I may want to move something up really fast or move something back really fast. So that was mostly like a flexible choice to keep everything.
Sure.
Just in case I made a bit of an error in deployment, I can always,
Because with this list, as it stands, I would actually have expected prescience. Especially against my list, because I have the 3 flyers with -1 to hit.
Yeah.
Prescience balances that out. Or if you're shooting at a ground target, you're just getting the +1. Do you have access? I know that Chaos has, I think the stratagem is called Chaos Familiar, where you get to swap out a power.
I believe so.
So you could potentially mid-game swap into something else besides warp time. But okay, cool.
Besides that, they're all Iron Warriors, so they're ignoring cover.
So cover is going to be ineffectual for me regardless of... And that's anyone, right? That's because it's infantry, which you have a lot of.
Terminators.
The Terminators get it. He's a Dreadnought, so he gets it. Your HQs get it. Demon Prince?
Anything with the Iron Warriors keyword? Let's double check. Or the Legion keyword. Let's find out. Because I always... The stipulations are always a little wonky for me on these kinds of things.
I'm not sure if you're a Blitz get it.
Yeah, it's all character infantry, bikers, and Helbert units in an Iron Warriors detachment if it's battle forged.
Oh, Blitz count as infantry?
I believe they count as
infantry. They have
infantry
keyword?
Yeah. Let me double check. I believe they do.
So then it's going to be everything in your list ignores cover.
Yeah.
Except for the Demon Prince. But that's fine.
That's totally fine.
All right.
Yeah.
So that's it.
That's the
40K list. What about your kill team list?
So the kill team list is a little similar. It's really nasty, really punchy, and it's mostly Terminators, as you can see. I've got the classic leader. There he is. Empty missile rack, combi bolter, chain fist, which he will kill something with it. It's gonna happen. I know it will. I believe in you.
Nah.
If not, I will crush you into a small, tiny ball. I've got a sniper plasma vet. No, not a vet. A sniper specialist.
Yeah, sniper specialist.
There we go. Oof, that was weird. Veteran with a power maul.
Okay.
And just a combi bolter. I've got a regular stock standard marine, and then I have a combat specialist with a power maul and combi bolter.
Okay.
So shiny man will be combat, dirty man will be veteran. That's how I know.
Yeah, because he's been in the field long enough to get dirty. Yeah.
He's brand new.
And he's off the parade grounds.
He's right out of the Hellforge, came on in, it's fine.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Okay, cool. Yeah, and so that's it then, for the Iron Warriors?
That's it.
Very good. So let's talk the missions.
Yes.
So this is going to be a parallel battle between 40K and Kill Team. We're getting this out of the chapter-approved 2019 edition for Warhammer 40K. You'll find it, what we're doing over on, starting page 36 is linked games, and then underneath that will be parallel battles somewhere in there. Let's flip. Page 44, parallel battles, and we're actually going to do Death from Above, which is the format we're doing. So basically, we're going to do a game of Warhammer 40K, which we're doing, again, from chapter approved, the Eternal War mission, Scorched Earth. So basically, there's going to be 6 objectives on the field. We'll go over this again in the actual, once we get set up, just to be sure. But basically, there's going to be 6 objectives, 2 in the middle, 2 in each of our deployment zones. And it's going to be, starting from the second turn, we'll be able to score points according to the number of objectives we hold.
Exactly, yeah.
And then if the objective you hold is in your enemy's deployment zone, you can raise it for 3 points, and then it gets removed from the table. And then there's Slay the Warlord, First Strike, and Line Breaker available.
Pretty standard.
So pretty standard. We're keeping the missions simple so that we can focus on the combined aspect of it. Then, so we'll play the first round of 40K. Then we'll switch over to Kill Team, which we're going to do from the core rulebook Sweep and Clear for that. So that'll be, 4 objectives on the field. And again, we'll talk about this when we set up. 4 objectives on the field, and we'll score points for whoever controls the objectives at the end of the game. You'll score 3 points for that. But if there's only one unbroken kill team on the battlefield at the end of any round, that unbroken team will win.
Okay.
So and then basically they're going through the Prometheum refinery to sabotage the Prometheum lines, which are of course running all underneath
as you do,
the
right?
battlefield.
You run it all over the place.
Yes, of course. So whoever wins the kill team game will then, starting from the second round forward in the 40K game, will get to use the preliminary bombardment rule at the start of each subsequent battle round for 40K. And preliminary bombardment, if your mission uses preliminary bombardment, then at the start of the first battle round, but that's not in this case, it's going to start at the second battle round.
Yeah.
And then every battle round subsequently for whoever won the game of kill team rolls a dice for each enemy unit that's on the battlefield. Do not roll for units that are embarked inside transports.
Okay.
On a roll of a 6, that unit has been hit by a preliminary bombardment, which in this case will be the lines of Prometheum exploding from underneath them.
Right.
On a 6, that unit suffers D6 mortal wounds. Infantry units that are hit by preliminary bombardment can choose to go to ground before the damage is determined.
Okay.
If they do so, they only suffer D3 mortal wounds instead of D6.
Okay.
But cannot take any actions during the subsequent turn.
Gotcha.
So there you go. So that's basically it. We're going to set up, we're going to play 40K. After the first round, we'll switch over to kill team. Whoever wins the kill team game gets to do the preliminary bombardment rule at the start of each round 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and onwards.
Okay.
And then we'll see who wins the game of 40K after that.
We'll find out.
So there you go. That's the mission, guys. That's the teams. That's everything. So like I said, if you're watching this when it releases, that's it. We're going to release everything else this upcoming Friday. So you have plenty of time to sort of go through this and understand what we're doing. Ask any questions down in the comments below. And then on Friday, we're going to release the actual battle for you to watch. We won't have any of this included. And so if you're watching this post-release, post-Friday, you'll find links to, I'll put it up here on the screen now. You can catch the links to go straight to the battle now. Thanks so much for watching this list video. If this is something you like, where we talk about the lists in a separate video from the actual battle, let us know in the comments and all that sort of stuff. And remember to subscribe to make sure to catch our videos in your feed every week, and turn on that bell notification so that way when we do more of these sort of staggered releases, you get notified when we release the actual battle. We'll see you over in the battle itself.
Oh yeah, I'm
All
ready.
right.
You ready?
Let's
I'm
do
ready.
it.
Let's do it.
Boom.